Hi everyone, time right now for the members only bonus video feature for DeGray Lake in southern Arkansas. Most likely you've already seen the actual television show from DeGray Lake. Here's a little further information that might help you on your trip here. First of all, this is a gorgeous lake. The scenery around the lake is absolutely stunning, beautiful, and the place that we stayed, Iron Mountain Lodge, is fantastic as well. Great rooms, well landscaped, fantastic marina facilities, boat launch, store, everything you need all in one location. It's called Iron Mountain Resort. Now, once you launch your boat for the first time in DeGray Lake, you're going to be in for a shock because it is absolutely the clearest water you can possibly imagine. I know I could see 15 feet down, but I really think maybe I could see as deep as 20 feet in the water. One thing I had to get over was the fact that these fish will bite even though you can see in water that clear. So we had to downsize our tackle and go with some really stealth stuff to catch the fish that you saw on the show. One thing that helped is we got some cloud cover in, we got some wind on the water, and that really helped our situation. If you get a bright, sunny, bluebird day with no wind, high sun, it can really make things difficult. To get things working in your favor, the first thing you need to do is downsize to a very small, very invisible line. The only line I can really recommend for fishing on DeGray Lake and water this clear is Stren fluorocast line. I would really recommend 6 or 8 pound test, but the most I would recommend you use is about 10 or 12. I would start very early in the morning with a topwater bait. We caught some fish on a Strike King, Spittin' King, chugger type topwater bait, but as the day wore on, we moved out deeper, and where we wound up catching most of our fish was on the very first drop, where the water drops from about 8 feet deep down to about 20 and even 25. We would use soft plastic baits and fish them down about a 45-degree slope until ultimately they would get to the level where the fish were holding and would get bit. We did manage to catch some good bass, including some nice spotted bass, as you saw on the show. I would use lightly colored soft plastic finesse worms, and also soft plastic jerk baits will work as well. I would use your pumpkin colors, your green colors, anything that's kind of a translucent color that blends in with the water will work really well here. Be prepared to fish fairly deep. Watch your depth finder, keep your depth finder out in about 20 to 30 feet of water casting in toward the shore and work it down that slope. That's your best chance to get bit. We did fish most of the entire lake. We caught most of our fish in the lower end of the lake from about the dam up the south shoreline of the lake, fishing all of the deep creeks and pockets that come off the main river channel on the south side of the lake. That's the steeper side of the lake where those 45-degree banks are. One other thing I would mention, if you get really a cloudy, overcast day and some wind, you can move to the north side of the lake around the DeGray State Park area. We did catch a few fish there, but I think you can do well there on those cloudier, darker days. The water is much shallower on that side of the lake. You're going to be fishing from 6 to about 15 feet of water. So again, you do need something working in your favor, some clouds, some wind on the water if you're going to fish the shallow side of the lake. It's not an overly large lake. You can fish a lot of that lake in a day's fishing if you have a boat and can move about. Hey, I hope you enjoy a trip up to DeGray Lake. We certainly did. It's gorgeous scenery, a great place to fish, and we will be back. We'll see you right back here on next week's show.